When we think of dangerous cities, we often think of Detroit or Baltimore. However, in the world there are numerous cities far more violent and threatening. This list explores the most dangerous cities in the world that are not active war zones. Number 5. Maturin, Venezuela. Maturin is the capital of the Venezuelan state of Monagas and a center for petroleum industry in Venezuela. The city hosts a population of 400,000 people. It has a homicide rate of 86 per 100,000, and violence is intensifying with each passing year. Due to the plummeting crude prices, the country is on the verge of economic collapse, and citizens are struggling to afford their daily needs. Thus, many get involved with gang activities to get by. The amount of power held by the gangs in parts of Venezuela has become flagrant. However, part of the reason criminal groups have come to control swaths of Venezuelan territory is the failure of officials and police to provide adequate security for communities. This is especially true in Maturin, where some residents have turned to private security or vigilante groups to help offset Venezuela's current security crisis. Many policemen are involved in kidnapping, extortion, car robberies, and drug trafficking. Number 4. Acapulco, Mexico. Acapulco de Juarez, commonly known as Acapulco, is a city, municipality and major seaport in the state of Guerrero, on the Pacific coast of Mexico. At a time, the city was a tourist gem, and many Hollywood stars and millionaires swarmed its beaches and resorts, which granted the city's hotels a great renown in the 1950s. However, in the 2000s, the drug war in Mexico has had a negative effect on tourism and has torn the city apart. The rival drug cartels fought each other in a struggle of supremacy, and each craved utter control over the western drug trafficking routes. The city's streets slowly turned into a battlefield, and since 2012, Acapulco has become the most violent city in Mexico, and among the most violent cities in the world, with homicide rates above 100 per 100,000 people, therefore earning the title Guerrero's Iraq. Number 3. San Salvador. San Salvador is the capital and largest city of El Salvador. It is the country's political, cultural, educational and financial center. Concerns about public safety in San Salvador are no novelty, as the city witnessed a furious civil war during the 1980s and early 1990s. However, the violence did not stop with the civil war's end, as the gangs swiftly took over the war-devastated city, and their rivalry made crime skyrocket. The most violent of these gangs were the Mara Salvatrucha and the 18th Street Gang. Albeit the enormous evils, the municipal government is unable to put a term to violence. Number 2. San Pedro Sula, Honduras. San Pedro Sula, city of Honduras, carried the epithet murder capital of the world until early 2016, and that's for a good reason. It boasted an incredible homicide rate of 187 per 100,000 people, destroying its competition. Indeed, as the city slowly became a station for drugs heading towards Mexico and the US, crime escalated fast. The violence was fueled by the intensifying lust for control over drug trafficking between the city's numerous gangs, most notably the Mara Salvatrucha and the 18th Street Gang. The violence was so extreme to the point where entire neighborhoods have been deserted. Gangsters there are said to often play football with the heads of decapitated enemies. However, the new government's policies helped tackle the violence. Effectively, the homicide rates dropped by 62%, giving the citizens hope for a better future. Number 1. Caracas, Venezuela. Caracas is the capital and largest city of Venezuela. It is also considered to be the most dangerous city in the world as of the year 2016. The homicide rates are around 120 murders per 100,000 people, 98% of which remain unresolved. The main reason being a poorly paid, trained and often corrupt police force. Besides homicides, kidnapping and robbery are rampant. These often turn to tragedy if the victim resists. During the later years, the situation worsened due to the increasing dissatisfaction with the government, and the protests often turning violent. The internet hosts chilling stories about the city.